All right, guys, today's project, we have a snow plow that needs a little refurbishment, we'll say the least. Been talking about this the last couple videos. He brought it over, and when you live in the Northeast, you get a lot of plow work. So all you guys that live down south, you don't weld on these. If you are a welder and you live down south, you've seen them, but you don't weld on them. All right, guys, so I actually picked up this job from my lawn sign that I have in my lawn. If you guys watched my video I posted a little while back, I had to pick up side work. I had said, I had a lawn sign out. So what I did is I have a lawn sign out in the front of my lawn, and I got my phone number on it. It says welding and fabrication with my phone number. The guy drove by, gave me a call, asked if I could fix his plow. There you go. We'll see how long I'd take. I kind of estimated it for about 6 hours worth of work, and make a good little bit of extra money here. So just goes to show, get a little lawn sign, put it in your front lawn, you can pick up work. I actually have another call. I got another call from the lawn sign, but I haven't heard back from that guy. You'll get that too, but let's we'll pick this back up tomorrow, and I'll start shipping away. Try to get this blocked up a little higher here. Let's see what I can do with the jack. All right, let's get some dunnage and stick it underneath there. Kind of block this thing up. Get it off the ground a little bit. What I'm going to do is, you see this is rotted through. I'm going to cut out probably all of this, put a piece over this, a couple holes. I'm going to run a whole strip probably on the top for the top. Got a little hole there. Just kind of get it by. It's pretty sound, still a little rusty, but it'll still get the job done. A couple more seasons, so we'll probably pick this back up tomorrow. Just got home from work, so kind of rushing around, and we'll see what we can do. All right, a couple days later, we are going to start on this today, and let's try to get it done today. That's my goal. I want to get this done today. Today's currently a Monday. I have off today, and I'd like to get this done today. Call him up, he can come get it today or tomorrow, because I did start fixing up the flatbed, taking some old rust and paint off it, trying to make it look pretty presentable and decent for my liking to get a couple more years out of it. So let's do that, but first I gotta dive into some breakfast. New Jersey's delicacy. Pork roll, egg and cheese, Taylor ham, egg and cheese, whatever you want to call it. I think you guys seen this in another video, but if you're not from New Jersey, you are missing out. Let me enjoy this. All right, this gap is no longer a gap. Got a little one right here. See what I can do with that. It's definitely not. That thing was sticking out probably 1.5 inches. So now the main structural situation, as you can see, that is supposed to look like this, one piece. So I'm gonna try to take this spring off, see what happens, see if I can get in there. All right, this is a spring, so you really need to be careful with this stuff. I don't think there's a lot of tension on it, but I'm gonna wear I'm gonna wear my face shield just in case, so see what happens. All right, easy, easy, easy. All right, so now we can get to this, and gonna have to do something here to make this a lot more sturdy. So let's start whipping something up, fabricating something up. All right, get yourself a piece of cardboard when you're making stuff like this. And you can see I got it there, a little traced out. And I'll make it go right to the edge. I'll clean all that stuff up. And then when I put that new plate on in the front, I'll weld it right to this cross member, or whatever you want to call this brace. I'll weld it onto here and onto the front. And it should be pretty solid, so it'll definitely fix this situation. It's always good to have a nice sharp piece of soapstone. We got a piece of 1/4 inch here. We'll just trace it out. That corner, so we'll kind of just maybe make that a little bend. So there's the piece I need. And then this is only 1/4 inch, so I will end up just using some drill bits, not my mag drill. Probably a drill bit and then a step bit to get this hole here. So I think I might end up just using a cutoff wheel on this, but I haven't used my cutting torch in a while, so I'm going to use the cutting torch. For anyone wondering what my settings usually are, oxygen 40, acetylene I'll go usually 6. So there's the piece. Let it cool off, grind it edges down and stuff. You know, still working on my cutting torch skills, and we'll see how it goes. We'll get that thing all tacked up, and hopefully we can get this thing straightened out. All right, so I'm starting to become a fan of instead of using grinding discs, using these sanding discs with a backer pad. You know, you can get a nice pack of these for, I'd have to look at my receipt, but this is 24 grit. You can see how coarse that is. Very easy to use. Locked in just like a grinder, and man, these things really take off some metal, the high grit ones, and I'm starting to really like using these instead of grinding wheels. Quick work, and that still looks pretty good. So now this don't have to be perfect, but you know, that really made quick work of that. So definitely check them out, and I would suggest getting one of these if you're into this kind of stuff. So let's move on. Here's a cool tool. It's a, you know, it's a punch, but it's a spring-loaded punch. So you know, you don't need a hammer, and it's not like those other ones where you need to really dig down in it. I got this at Jersey Discount Tool. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about that all the time, but I like it a lot. Literally, right here. Nice hole. So go over to Jersey Discount Tool. It's called the Hit Tool. Go over to Jersey Discount Tool, pick yourself one up, and yeah, definitely worth the couple, I think maybe 13, 15 bucks, but you know, I like it a lot. Go pick one up. Well, I might have to either get a new pin or drill a hole back in this one, but it'll go. I just need to cut that off. So, quick work with the step bit. Let's get this thing mocked up. All right, I got this piece tacked on. A couple little tacks with 7018. Now that should have been causing our bowed out problem. So let's see if it'll stay here. Let's see if that actually is the case. It popped a little, but I think just, you know, with some tacks and stuff, once I get this thing fully welded out with a plate here, I think we should be A-okay. Alright, so we got an 1/8 inch piece of sheet metal here. It's actually the perfect width for covering that up. So I'm just going to go take a measurement. We'll cut it down the center, and then we'll start kind of, you know, plows have a little bend to them, so we'll start working in a bend. It's 1/8 inch, so I honestly can probably be able to put it on the edge of my table here, get it close enough, and then I can hold it, tack it, whatever. So, all right, here we go. So obviously you can see it needs to get bent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it here where I want it on the bottom. I'll put a mark there, put a mark there, there. I'll measure that out, but it should be, I'll go every 2 inches. I don't have a press brake or anything, so I'm going to clamp it on my table and kind of just mold it and see how we can do this. Alright, I got a dog welded on here, tack welded. I just ran a little bead there for the MIG, tacked it up there. This plow right here is kind of kinked, so I'm going to probably tack a lot of this side, move the dogs over here, and just bend this piece in. So when you're working with this kind of stuff, you kind of just have to, you know, form it and do what you need to do. This plow is far from perfect. Like, this thing is bent to, so we're just trying to make it a little more structurally sound to get through a couple seasons. Honestly, he probably should have just got a new blade for this. They're on Craigslist all over, but I'll take the work, I'll take the money. And if they want to get this thing pretty good, we'll do what we can do. So let's get tacking. All right, here we go. got it welded in. I got to clean up where the dogs were. Got it in down here. I got a little hole there I'll patch up. You know, welding on thin rusty metal. I was kind of just spot welding it as I was going, because I will blow right through this thin stuff. So that's what I was doing. A couple high spots I'm gonna hit here. You know, you can only do so much with MIG on not the cleanest of stuff, but hey, this is pretty solid. So we'll go onto the back and see what we can do there. Woo, a little smoky. All right, quick break from the action here. The company I work with now, officially, on you know, my social medias, Rod Shield. You guys, I've been promoting the lenses. They're doing a sweet deal right now. It's actually a giveaway on their end, but every $50 spent, I believe, is one entry into winning a refurbished SA200 welder. So you guys want to buy some lenses and you get entered in to win this welder, that'd be sweet. Again, use my promo code. I'll put it here. I'll link it in the description. I'll put all the links and stuff in the description to his Instagram. So hop over to there, grab yourself a lens, and he has a lot more stuff too. He has 50-pound can holders, the plastic ones. When you open a 50-pound can, you just got a rubber O-ring, so you don't have to duct tape your stuff. Go check the website out. So I think it's every $50 spent gets you one entry into winning this welding machine. So hop over. Remember, use the promo code and save yourself a little money. Helps me out, helps the channel. Rod Shield is now supporting the channel, so your support to them supports me. I really appreciate it. So let's get back to the Plow over here and go check them out. So there it is. There is a little gap there. I'm not worried about it. I will probably end up throwing another pass on those two stitch welds, but plows are meant to flex, you know. They didn't weld this solid for a reason. There's a weld, there used to be a weld there, but you know, obviously it's rusted through. They got welds there. Here's a better example. There's a weld, and there was a weld there. So, you know, they stitch weld these plows. That's why there's rust in between here, because water gets in there. But if you weld this thing solid, you know, more likely to break. But I'm going to leave it like that. I'll throw a couple more passes on that just to tie it in a little better. But I'm very confident with that backside that that is going to fix this from bending and doing anything else. Obviously, it's not perfect, but nothing ever is. When you're working with a plow that looks like this, you're just trying to get him by. And this is what he wants to pay for, so we're on to the front. All right, next we got the top. And I got that done. If I have time, you know, I'm kind of working on a by the hour. You know, we agreed on by the hour, and I have a certain amount of hours he wants to pay for material and stuff. So I'm gonna do this and maybe try to get these holes and maybe a strip here. So I'm gonna bang this out. I'll do the whole top strip. It's all gonna be time lapse, so easy to set the camera up and not talk with time lapse. So enjoy this time lapse. It should be a nice one. And then once we're done with the top, we'll see what we got. Let's see, I got gloves on because this thing is a greasy, disgusting mess. I'm just not in the mood today. Woo. All right, this should be done. I might run out and grab a little yellow spray paint just to touch up the spots on the back here when I just primed, and then just paint the new metal I put on. But other than that, you know, looking at my watch here, that was about 5 hours and 45 minutes worth of work there. And I told them probably take me around 6 hours. Actually, I told them it would take me around 6 hours just to do this, and the back. But like I said, I had the time, so I put some patches there, and I put that one there. So let me finish cleaning up, and I'll give you guys the rundown, and this should be done. That's deserving after today. So let's kind of go over what I did, what I accomplished, and this should wrap things up. Don't mind the paint job, it's just cheap spray paint, but we put a whole new lip up top. We fixed that, We fixed that. I did end up putting a piece here. We put a patch over that. And then as you guys saw, I did back here. I had to add that new brace. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, maybe you can see the bend right here in this plow. That's I'd say that's a good 3 inches out, but you know, at that point you might as well get a new skin for it, you know, because you can't bend that back with the tools I have and the amount of money it would cost to do all of that. At that point you can go find a used blade, a Fisher blade, on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that, and it wouldn't even be worth, you know, repairing. Some, maybe to some people, but this was kind of a budget kind of repair here, so I gave him a budget repair. I was within the hours that we talked about, material we used. I actually even did a little extra because I had some time, you know, an extra hour of what I thought it would take. So I just called him. He should be getting it today or tomorrow. But other than that, guys, that's a wrap. That will last a few more years, I'd say. You know, and obviously you got the cutting edge here. Well, this isn't even the cutting edge. This is the mount for the cutting edge. And he's been running it without a cutting edge for a while, because I told him, hey, you got a cutting edge for that when he dropped it off, and he says, oh no, that is the cutting edge. And I said, no, that's the backing plate for the cutting edge. And he's like, oh wow, yeah, you're right. So hopefully he's got a cutting edge he can put on there and get a little more life out of it. But you know, it's typical landscaper dealing with typical junk when it comes to landscapers. Not all landscapers, but a lot of landscapers kind of have iffy equipment. But hey, it is what it is. That's what I'm here for. I make a little buck on it, and that's a wrap. So yeah, this was a down and dirty one, guys. I'm whooped. I spent about 6 hours on this thing today, and that's what I quoted them, around 6 hours plus any material. So we got it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and for all you people that live in south of, you know, Virginia and places where it don't snow, you're lucky. And this is what we deal with up here in the north. So keeps me busy, keeps other welders busy. It all works in the end. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who subscribes, comments, likes, and that's it, guys. We'll catch you on the next video. I'm hoping to start the series on the truck. You can already see I started wire wheeling and getting it ready to give it a little spruce up, and then we are going to build the rig. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next video.